Will you make some sales? Sure, but the grind to get there will spit you out. I mean, it will chew you up and spit you out. It will be ugly. Why wouldn't you want to do this an easier way? This is Jason Kanigan, president of Sales on Fire, and we're going to talk today about why demos fail to sell. Now, I am hell-bent for leather on getting this couch situation figured out here. I've tried making videos over at other areas of my office, other rooms and that, and it works out perfectly fine. In this place, we've got lens flares, extra noise. It's baffling to me why we're getting those extra effects, but I'm going to try and sit on this side of the couch as opposed to the left side this time, and we'll see how well this goes, whether we pick up some errant traffic noise from outside because it's bouncing off the walls in this pretty big room, or whether I've fixed it. And hopefully we'll get some bright sunlight, but not any weird J.J. Abrams lens flares. So let's talk about why demos fail to sell. The chief reason is that companies, and particularly software as a service firms, don't really know how to sell, and they rely on the demo as the only conversion tool. And this is a mistake, particularly when the software as a service developer has created their product, the service, I guess, in isolation. Somebody had a brainwave. Ooh, this would be a good idea. And then they put some money into it and developed this thing without ever checking with the target market. Like, hey, is this something you guys actually want or need, value? Would you pay money for it, right? They don't validate it before they get out there and try and sell it. However, they have this belief that, well, if we could just get people to see it, if we could just get people to use it, if we could just get people on a call and a video presentation, do some screen sharing where we share the features and benefits of what we have to offer, people will buy, right? And they find that it's just not that easy, is it? Okay? Selling has to be done actually and pre-framed, set up, ready to go long before the demo is actually done. People think that the demonstration phase is selling. You are mistaken if that is what you think. That is old school, ugly, bash your head against the wall selling that will hurt you, as the image that I just shared tells you. It will hurt you to try and do that way. And so trying to rely entirely on demos to sell your product or service is a mistake. It's a mistake, because what will happen is you will end up demoing to tons and tons of unqualified prospects who don't really have need, budget, or personality fit to get what you have to offer. Will you make some sales? Sure, but the grind to get there will spit you out. I mean, it will chew you up and spit you out. It will be ugly. Why wouldn't you want to do this an easier way? All right. So, is there a place for demos? Yes. To qualified prospects, to people who have stuck up their hand and said, yes, I have need, budget, personality fit. I definitely need what you have to offer. I value it. They should already know where the value is. Let's talk about technical features and benefits in that. A lot of people who run demos are these network techs who get shoehorned into the sales role. Hey, Jason, you're doing this now. It's part of your job. We're going to hook some calls up to you, and you'll do some screen sharing, and you'll tell them all about it. So these network techs, they're data driven, they're feature and benefit driven, and they don't know what else to do. They're not sales guys. They're not trained to sell, right? And so they think, because they're gearheads, that people should buy the way they sell. Well, that's a mistake. People don't buy the way you sell. You have to adapt. You have to sell the way your customers buy. And in a B2B sales situation, odds are it isn't another network tech on the other end of the line. It's probably some low to mid-level business executive who has some purchasing authority but doesn't really know the technical ropes and doesn't want to. They just want to know that they made a good decision, that the thing is going to do what they need it to do, and that kind of their butts are covered on this purchase so that it doesn't come back later to bite them. So keep that in mind, because your job doing the demo is not to show off everything, okay? People buy, here's a secret I'm sharing with you, people buy generally for like one reason or one feature, one thing that the software does, okay? Long ago and far away, I was business development manager for a full-service IT firm. We sold network security equipment that we made. Now, our major thing did 4 different main functions. And you know how many people bought? I mean, lots of people bought, but you know how many features of those 4 that people bought it for? 1. They bought it for one thing that it did. Later on, they might come back and ask me, does this thing do that? Or we need a recommendation on something that does that. And I would tell them, the thing you already bought does that. Now, the fact is, I probably told them that it did that, okay, earlier. But they didn't care. They didn't care at the time that they bought. They only cared about the one thing that they bought it for. And you need to get this into your head, okay? If you're going to be doing demos, find out the one main reason why they're considering buying this thing. All right. Otherwise, you're going to waste your time doing demo after demo after demo. And I know that that's the pressure that comes from down from above, you know, book demos, book demos, book demos. Well, it's a dumb idea. I'm telling you right now, it is a dumb idea and a waste of the salesperson's time because they're not trained as salespeople. All they know are features and benefits, and they're not selling the way people actually buy. So if you cut out doing demos entirely from your sales plan, I don't think you would see any real change. And this kind of sounds baffling to people who don't, but you don't have any other clue. You don't have any other idea of what to do. So I understand. Why would you remove that? That's too scary. I don't think it would make any material difference. It's not part of the 20% of activities that has 80% of the effect on your sales. I don't believe it is. When I sold a software for stock trading, it's for $5,000. I was never asked a technical question, never. And I would sell this thing on a 20-minute call, might go to 40 minutes because I'd chit-chat with them afterwards. Help them feel that they made a right decision and all that, confirm what they did. So, but the conversation to get there after the funnel that I developed, it was 20 minutes on average. They never asked me, how does it do this and that and blah, blah, blah. They don't care. Okay, only if you get gearhead to gearhead is that really going to matter. And in business to business, the odds are that that's not going to happen. So I think I've talked long enough on that. I am really interested to see what kind of an effect we got on this end of the couch as opposed to that end. And see if we've got that lens flare issue handled and that. If you have any comments or questions about this, please drop them in the comments below or shoot me an email, jason@jasonkanigan.com, and I'll be happy to answer you. This is Jason Kanigan for Sales on Fire. Thanks for watching.